cross the streams like
Don't cross the
Ghostbusters.
streams. Every molecule in the universe exploding outward at once or something like that.
Very, very painfully. All
Yeah.
right.
I always thought that was too much of a risk to take to catch a ghost. If there's a
Yeah,
chance you're going to destroy the entire universe, maybe just let the ghost wreck New York City. Like,
maybe. There you go. Anyway, we're
or
live now, so
I know.
that's
I,
perfect timing.
I'm still talking about Ghostbusters. I don't care who sees me.
Excellent. All right, I'm playing this in.
Okay.
Welcome to Earl and the Idiot, the show that gives you the answers you need to take your business to the next level. With Earl Flormata, one of Vancouver's most sought-after business and marketing consultants, author of Business Engine Optimization, consultant to over 60 successful businesses, an all-around evil marketing genius with a combined total of more than $70 million worth of sales to his credit. And some idiot. Okay, here we go.
I don't know.
Here we go.
I'm
Indeed.
some idiot. Yeah. To finish what we were saying, the important information we were just going over with Ghostbusters.
Right. Don't cross the streams.
We were talking about live streaming. You said don't cross the streams. And I was saying, like, they say don't cross the. Okay, first of all, a couple of problems with this. One, don't cross the streams. They say that if you cross the streams, it could cause every atom in the universe to explode or something like that, very painfully. I mean, would pain even have meaning at that point? But anyway, that's just let the ghost haunt the library at that
Yeah,
point. Don't risk the
exactly.
universe. And then they're like, well, don't cross the streams. But then the streams are going all over the place. It's not like
Yeah,
a
I
nice straight
know.
line or something. Like,
I swear I've seen them touch, right? I swear I've seen them touch.
right.
But this also comes to real life with that huge, large hadron collider where we could make attention essentially a black hole and kill us all, right? So,
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
c'est la
fingers
vie.
crossed.
Well, it's a race between that and AI. Something's gonna get us. So,
Right. Exactly. Goodness,
welcome
you
to the
asked
show.
how I'm doing. I am currently annoyed. I don't know. I don't know where I'm at. I'm sort of past annoyed at this point. I was having like very, very busy week, a couple of weeks. It's just been like everything pulling my attention every direction. And I'm like, I got stuff I need to do.
Hmm.
I got tasks I need to finish. And so we like looked at the schedule and I figured out, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we got nothing. We have time scheduled to work,
Okay.
right? That's it. Okay. Okay, great. 3 days, I could finally actually make some progress on all these work tasks I have in front of me. Um, Day one, I made a little bit of I finished a couple things. It was a bigger project. I finished like 2 or 3 steps of the bigger project. And I came to step number 4. And step number 4 took me the rest of the next 3 days.
Right.
And it was supposed to be the easy one. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
that okay, I got 5 steps to do that. Step 4, that's no problem.
It's
We'll just
always
connect
quote
that.
unquote the easy one. It's always the quiet one that gets you.
Yeah.
Right.
And so now I'm basically after 3 days specifically set aside for catching up on my shit. I'm basically not, I'm like 10% caught up on my shit instead of
Right.
150% caught up on my
All
shit.
the way caught up. So no,
And yeah, I it was a problem with MailChimp
of all things.
of all things. It was just connecting a WooCommerce store to MailChimp so that when someone buys something, their information gets passed on to MailChimp. And I got on the customer service helpline, which to their credit, they
We
give you
help
what?
help being used loosely
Yeah,
or
right. I got three different sessions. The first session, like as of the first session, they're like, we have a team of developers looking on this, so we'll get back to you. Um,
a team.
a team.
That doesn't
And
sound
then 2 more sessions, still not resolved. Third session, the guy says, oh no, this is a problem with WooCommerce. You got to talk to WooCommerce. I was like, oh,
great.
fuck's sake.
One,
Talk,
it's one of those. It's one of those. Talk to the other guys.
yeah, talk to WooCommerce. The WooCommerce guy, super helpful. First of all, the plugin is made by MailChimp, so it's actually their problem. But the WooCommerce guy really busted his butt trying to help me. And at the end of it, he's like, "No, this is a MailChimp thing. Sorry, I really did try." I'm like, "I know you fucking tried."
Yeah.
And he sends me back to MailChimp. MailChimp tries to send me back to WooCommerce. I was like, "No,
Nope.
it's your plugin." And I had the WooCommerce guy. I was like, "Make me a text to send to the MailChimp guys to explain what's going on and why it's their problem." Um, I go back to that guy. He finally says, "Okay, we have our team of developers looking onto it. we'll email you. And I was like, I'm happy to just wait here for the rest of the day while you answer me. He's like, no, it's going to take some time. Bye. And hangs up the thing. For a
Right.
day later, I don't have an email from them. But fortunately, another guy that works on this project uh, knows some tech stuff. He got to the bottom of it. He found the error. There was just actually, ironically, a missing handshake between MailChimp and WooCommerce. And he was able to do it manually because he was a little bit more technical than I am. So that's done.
That's good.
Yeah. But now, then the next thing, I was like, I'm going to ignore MailChimp and do the next thing. It's not working right now either. So I got that ahead of me. As soon as I hang up this phone call, I got to figure out why that's not working.
Oh, good luck. Good luck.
Thanks. Thank you.
That's all I can say. Just,
Absolute craziness. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. A little more tired these days because I'm not walking with a cane. So,
Oh,
it's more tiring walking without the cane than with the cane, just because I was so used to having assistance, right? I went from the wheelchair to the crutches to the cane, and now nothing. So, it's
wait, are you telling me that I can make my life easier by walking with a cane, even if I don't need it?
I don't know about that, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't want the dependency, but now I don't have it, so yeah, I just it's tiring, right? So it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, someone liked us already. We're already
Already.
yeah, on
Maybe they really like Ghostbusters.
maybe. Or maybe they like hearing sob stories about tech problems.
Yeah. Either
I
way,
don't know if you go in for astrology stuff at all, but Mercury is in retrograde. I don't know if you know
right?
about this.
Mercury's and Gatorade got it.
Mercury's an ice capade.
Yeah.
And it's like the timing couldn't be better. Like I don't know what Mercury has to do with my computer and tech stuff, but it's like all the tech stuff started fucking up, and I was like, "What's going on?" And my girlfriend's like, "Oh, hang on," looks at her phone.
Mercury's and escapades got it.
Yeah, Mercury's in lemonade, and off we
Yeah.
go. So we have from who's this? Emmanuel. Oh my gosh, Emmanuel. I
I might not
Enigma.
know who that is. So,
Emmanuel Enigma. What's up, Emmanuel Enigma? You get a
so
shout out
shout out.
today.
There you go.
Oh, and he's out of Nigeria.
Cool.
YouTube production manager, video editing, sharing insights on freelancing, positioning, and digital careers. What's up, Emmanuel?
Nice.
Why is my camera's drifting?
Camera's being weird.
I don't know. Yeah, so that's the thing. If you we're live on Facebook, we're live on Instagram, and if you like us, we give you a shout out. If you comment, we'll read your comment.
All right.
Free promotion
So
to our
I've started stacking all of the things I run into in a big pile of topics,
yes,
and what'll happen is that eventually I will let the other topics fall off as they get too old or whatnot, and
right,
then I might just create rant content on them. So we don't because I give you three, right? So we lose two every single round. So
right.
everyone that doesn't do, I might just make a rant video on. So
They're lost like tears in the rain.
that's right. So
So all right, let's buckle down here and talk about the show. Instead of
dive right in.
Ghostbusters and my own personal problems. Um, we do the show. You heard in the intro, we've got resident smarty pants Earl knows smart things and tells us smart stuff. And I'm the idiot. I'm here to ask stupid questions and hopefully elicit smart answers and generally keep the show going and make the occasional fart joke. Um, and the way the show works is Earl lets me know what he's encountered in his business consulting and networking activities during the week, and he what problems his various connections are facing, and he gives me three of them, and I pick one that I like, usually because I selfishly want to learn about it myself.
It's pertinent to your
Uh,
stuff, yeah.
Pertinent to what I'm doing. You didn't offer a topic of what to do if Mailchimp won't connect to WooCommerce. That wasn't one of the things you encountered in
Sadly.
your business the week. And then because we're lazy, we just plug it into AI. That used to be fairly novel. It's almost like not worth mentioning anymore because I'm sure everybody does it. But we were early adopters. We can say we did it before it was cool. Um, we plug in the info into AI. AI spits out our show for us, and then we go over it, and we just sort of we act
Run
as
commentary. Yeah.
spectators and commentators. And one thing we do is we definitely Earl will elucidate with examples. I'll throw in the occasional example where I've got one. Um, but here we go. Should we dive right into it?
Let's go
We're not
in.
quite at 20 minutes when we usually dive right into it, but close enough.
Close enough. Rounding error.
Yes. So, oh, it gives it a three, two, one. It counts it down. Three, two, one. When and when not to use AI for branding and messaging.
Hmm.
Hence the background today. Always make a
AI.
relevant background.
That's right.
AI versus an arm. This, I mean, with the amount of electronics and steel in this arm, it looks like it's not. I like how they gave it a bicep.
Yeah.
So
Robo bicep.
Robo bicep. I don't know if it's gonna be out of a contest, but this guy is pretty. He's
That guy's
rocking.
pretty jacked. Yeah.
Is it? Is it? I feel like it's not actually the bicep that does the like. It's a twisting. It's not really your bicep, is it? I guess biceps got to pull this way.
Yeah.
Remember that video? Remember or not the video? You ever seen the Jeff Goldblum version of The Fly?
No.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really really good. It's kind of freaky. It's got a freaky vibe to it. And there's a scene in there where he's becoming a spoiler alert. He's becoming a fly,
Well, yeah, it's called the
which
fly,
is and I guess he started gaining super fly strength, but you think
as
it
you
would make
do,
it weak.
as you do.
You think it would make you weaker as a result. You'd be as weak as a little fly. But I guess proportionately they're very strong. Same reason
Hmm.
Spider-Man is super strong.
Probably.
And he goes to arm wrestle this guy for money or whatever because he's now super strong. And he freaking breaks the guy's wrist and like the bones stick out and everything.
Oh man.
And I saw that when I was way too young to see it. It was on TV or something. And
And
I
now
was
you're
like,
scarred for life.
it messed with me. It was that like I could not get that image out of my head for the longest time. It's so messed
I
up.
think my version of that is RoboCop.
Oh
So
yeah.
my dad let me watch RoboCop when I was far too young, and he blows some guy's brains out, and it's like, oh,
Oh,
you know. But at that age, I never thought about what brains look like, right? It's like, oh,
right.
now I see them, all
There you
splattered
go.
across the thing, and I'm like,
And also discovering it's a possibility for them to exit the body,
right. That's supposed to
which
stay inside your head, right?
yeah,
All
I
right, but we digress.
we do, but I gotta say this is I when I was about 10 or maybe 10, 12 years old, something like that, really young, probably 10, my mom went to visit a friend at the mall and they wanted to go for lunch.
All right.
And the friend had a kid as well. So me, my brother, and the friend's kid. And they were like, "Oh, we want to have lunch. Why don't you kids go see a movie? We're gonna take you to go see a movie. Let's see. Oh, here's a cartoon. You kids can go see a cartoon. It's called Akira.
Oh, geez.
It's a cartoon for children.
That's
You
not for
kids
children.
go see. And now look, wait, look what's happened. Look at
Right.
this.
And this is why we're friends, because I too watched the Kira. So,
Oh yeah, there you go. Anyway, we're definitely digressing now, but
all
I
right.
said I knew you'd appreciate that story. When and when not to use AI for branding messaging. Well, like I said, I have a client right now who is, I fear making a big misstep. I was nice enough to, or I did my duty.
You
I
told
told,
them, and
I
then
told
yeah,
him, I was like, I'm not sure this is the right move. Um, but he just discovered AI and he was all about it.
and this is the coolest thing since sliced
Yeah,
bread. C'est la
right.
vie,
No,
right?
he literally was like, this is like 2 days ago we're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
And he was like, no, you can make videos with AI. Like you could just use AI. Like you can put it in your picture and it'll like animate you and make you into like an AI guy and make a video. I'm like, yeah, I know you can do that.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean you should. If you're not
Doesn't
a
mean you
good
should.
storyteller, you can have all the tools, right? But
Yeah.
then you end up making the most screwed up video in the world, right? So
He-
the
Here's the
stories still have to have a structure to them.
yeah. Here's the problem. He is a good storyteller.
Oh, okay.
He is in fact an actor.
Oh, really?
It's the acting school.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't know. Maybe I'll see this. Maybe I won't. But he's not currently paying me anything, so not too worried about
There you
that.
go.
He's an acting school, and he's a professional actor with professional grade camera equipment lying around the shop.
He's
And
not.
I told him when we first started working together. This is relevant. It's not a digression. It's relevant. I told him when we first started working together. I was like, you need to do the instant expert routine. You need to be
Right.
publishing tips and tricks for actors to get views. I got him to make one video and he didn't like it. And 3 years have gone by, maybe four. I don't know, lost track.
Yeah.
And now he's like, okay, I'm gonna finally do it, but I'm gonna do it with AI because that's easier, and I'm too not interested in doing it professionally, even though I'm like literally the most skilled possible business owner with the
To do
equipment
this.
sitting right
Yeah.
here. And he put out an AI tips for actors video. It's clearly AI. It's not even good quality
Oh no.
AI. And like I was like, you're gonna get backlash on this. Like people look at an acting school would expect a friggin' actor and
Yeah.
probably don't like AI,
Yeah.
you know? And so I told him, but he is a stubborn man. Bless his heart.
Well,
I like him. We're friends,
so
but he is,
sometimes, you can bring the horse to water, right?
yeah.
So
But then I looked at the comments and people were like, "Oh, awesome tips, thanks, man," and all this kind of stuff. So it's going to get reinforced. But I don't know if he realizes what damages he's doing to his reputation to the people that aren't part of his circle. You know what I mean?
yeah. All right. Well, it is what it is.
It is what it
So,
is. Sorry, I just I bring that story up because it's illustrative
well,
to
it's
everything
when
we've
and
been
when
talking about.
not to use AI for branding and messaging. That's literally the topic. So,
Exactly. All right. So here we go. Three things to do. One, use AI to sharpen your ideas, not create them. Start with your own
yes.
thoughts first, even if they're messy. Brain dump everything you know about your customer, your business, and why you exist. Then let AI organize, simplify, and strengthen it. AI is an incredible editor, but a mediocre mind reader. Mediocre. It does read minds a little bit.
It claims to, and sometimes
Hmm.
it's right, and sometimes it's wrong, and when it's wrong, it's really, really, really wrong,
Yeah.
right? It's kind of like the Mac ecosystem, right? Like
Hmm.
with the whole new Mac systems, everything is fused together on one board. But the problem, I mean, it's magnificent. It is so fast, it's insane.
Hmm.
But if something goes wrong, everything breaks, right? So it's just there's good and there's bad to that. But
Yeah.
to sharpen your ideas and not create them is important, right? Remember before you were talking about that initial human seed idea, and we
Hmm.
should keep all human ideas somewhere on an arc somewhere so that we don't lose
Yes.
them all. And
The arc,
so,
the arc of
uh,
human
arc of human
ingenuity or
knowledge,
something. I forget
right?
what I called it.
And so that is the thing, right? Like AI is really good at summarizing. AI is really good at taking snippets of things. AI is really good at figuring those things out, but it's not so good at creating things. And that's still holds to this state, right?
Hmm.
So I had a pretty large project that I used AI to create, and it is not good at just like constructing the idea. You have to give it the seed idea, and then it's really fabulous at taking it and running with it. But and then you have to keep it on the rails too, because sometimes it gets a little too creative and it just hard left tangents, and it's like, well, that's really cool, but that has nothing to do with the thing that we're building. And and if you let it just keep going, it'll just keep going. So do not put it in a recursive loop to fend on for itself until the end of the project. It will just blow up and make the thing purple. So yeah, the other thing is that do not use AI for the final touches. I've
Hmm.
noticed, right? So if you ask it a very specific prompt and you do a good job prompting it and you give it all this information and it does the job, it takes you like 90% of the way there, right? And then if you keep asking it to make minuscule changes, like, turn the teacup around, right? Make sure the handle's in the person's hand, not just sticking out there and they're holding the hot cup. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. And so you're asking it to make a tiny little change. And funny enough, I posted like a comic strip of this on LinkedIn the other day, and it went viral. Like usually I'm getting a couple thousand hits on my LinkedIn stuff. This one got like 40,000. I'm like, what the hell happened? And there's people who are like third and fourth connections away from me answering, like putting comments, and they're like, oh my God, this is real. So yeah, it's just funny how that works. So yeah, definitely use AI to sharpen your ideas, not create them. And do not let AI make the finishing touches, right? Have it give you the inspiration, and then you take the expert and you have the expert make the finishing touches for you, right?
Yeah, I collaborate with AI. I don't turn it over to AI.
Yeah. So it is the middle piece for me. So I create the idea, I use it to magnify and bounce off of and structure, and then I have the final say myself, where I'll just make
Yeah.
it, right? So
I used it the other day to write a proposal for a client.
hmm,
And um I like I think one of the things I've learned is best practices with AI is when you're starting something, you
Hmm.
begin by explaining the project and like what the goal is.
Absolutely, the whole thing. If you give it a goal, it tries to meet that goal.
Yeah.
If you just give it, here, do this,
Mhm.
the
And
output's terrible.
yeah, so exactly. So yeah, it orients itself. And so I gave it the goal and I explained this and explained that. And it output a proposal and I was like, no, the voice is not professional enough. And, like, or sorry, it's too professional because it was a friend of mine.
Hmm.
Right. It wasn't, having a stupid professional voice would have been obviously like, it would have been, it's the wrong
Weird.
voice,
Yeah.
right? It's the wrong voice. They're like, why are you talking to me like this? We're buds. But so I ended up writing the proposal myself by hand, but the output from AI made me go, okay, this is how to structure it. I just need to write it in my own voice. And so I wrote it 100% by hand, but I kept referring, what do I say next? Oh yeah, this thing's got to happen. Right. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. So it was this great middleman, like you say, it's a collaborator,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. So,
I feel like I could
hard,
tell that
hard
story
agree with
shorter.
this. Hard agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Mhm. Okay. Let's all move on to number two. Well, I like this one. Two, use AI, and this is when and when not to use AI for branding and messaging. Use AI to test multiple angles. Don't settle for the first answer. Ask AI for 10 headlines. I do this all the time. Five positioning statements, three different brand voices, one emotional version, one logical version, one humorous version. The magic isn't in the first response, it's in the iterations. That's very true.
So I do something kind of like this. I have it create that summary structure and I test an angle, but then I also have it do multiple passes of the same angle. So in the first thing it was saying, do one for this type, this type, this type, one emotional, one logical, one humorous. So I do chase them down the rabbit holes, but I do, iteration one humorous, iteration two humorous, iteration three humorous.
Hmm.
And it's weird. You get it to augment itself. So once you're finished the whole process, you take it all up, you zip it up, or you PDF it all in one big shot, and you give it to it again and say, "Here's the goal. Here's what you gave me. Reassess." And then you do it again, and then every single pass you pass through it, it makes it better. And you only need to do that a couple of times. You don't just keep going and going and going. Like you get it until you feel like it's 90% of the way there, 95% of the way there, and then you tip it over the edge, right? So,
Yeah. Um, yeah, definitely iterative. I always do that. I'm always like, no, no, this is garbage. Do that again, or try it this way, or you're way off base here. I'm like, yeah, it's basically it's like an employee working for you. You say, all right,
do it one
you
more
did
time, but with feeling.
yeah, you did not understand the assignment. And it's usually my fault for not explaining it properly. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Number three thing to do when using AI or not.
Yeah.
Well, this so far it's not so much focusing on when you shouldn't bother using AI or AI is the wrong tool to use. It's just kind of telling you how to use AI.
Yeah.
But it says the thing to do is to train AI on your voice. Feed it examples of your emails, presentations, social posts, sales calls, or podcasts. The more examples it has, the more it starts sounding like you instead of sounding like AI. Consistency builds trust, and trust builds brands. I'm going to point out something really quick before we talk about this.
Yeah.
I can tell AI has been trained on your voice or the voice of the show because this doesn't sound like typical AI speak.
Right. Well,
We're not
because
get we're
I
not
feed it the shows and it's like feed it examples of your emails, presentations, social posts, and podcasts. I'm like, oh
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah. And so we don't get the using AI isn't this, it's this
Well,
construction.
we do get the raccoons occasionally.
Yeah.
I didn't check it. I didn't scan it for raccoons. I don't know if we're gonna get raccoons today, but we'll see.
Yeah. Don't use AI like a raccoon eating a snow cone or whatever the hell. Stupid. Although I think it suitably chastised because it's not giving us any metaphors at all. It's like it didn't just stop using raccoons. I was like, they don't like my
Well, you
metaphors.
listen to our thing where it says like you don't do this and don't do that, and AI does this exactly like this, and now it's not. So it's a recurring, it's recursive on its own feedback. It's just like, hey, we said not to do that, and then I was doing that, and now I'm not. So,
Okay. Anything else to say on train AI on your voice?
uh, I guess yeah, like if you do not have a publicized voice.
Hmm.
right? So there's some people who don't have any writing published, or they don't have a blog, or they don't have anything, right? Or their LinkedIn profile sucks, or whatever that is. What you do is come up with questions that are pertinent and relevant to whatever the hell you do, and have it interview you, and then take that and then just pretend that someone's interviewing you and record it,
Wow.
right? And so we're building a new media company and we're interviewing writers so that we can use an AI assistant to write like them, right? And so we have this interview process where we ask you a bunch of questions and then you answer them via video, right? And we
Mhm.
extract the audio from the video, we turn it into, the thing, and then that turns into your voice, and then all of a sudden the writing sounds like you because it sounds the way you talk, which is kind of magical, right? Because if you write the way you talk, people will listen, right? If because I don't know, sometimes people put on a weird air when they write, right? And
Mhm.
the writing the way you write is weird and sometimes too formal or too fancy or too uppity, right?
Mhm.
And then the way you talk is different, and the way you talk, people like the way you talk, so they want to listen to that. So if you make the writing sound like that, that's just more personable, right?
Yeah. People have a problem on that. I've said that, I've told you before about the trials and tribulations of getting clients to write content for their websites.
Right, exactly. Then
And
this is why we just interview them now. We do interview them, we get their voice,
yeah,
and ta-da.
I
So
get the advice I give them. I said, just sit down and pretend someone's asked you about your business and then just explain your business to them. Like you just, which I'm sure you do 30 times a day. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Or at least a few times a week, you explain the business to someone who asks you. You have these answers ready. Just write them
but
down.
if you leave them to their own devices, they'll fail,
They
right?
will, they
And
won't just fail. They'll never even do it. They won't do a bad job. They will not do the job.
so this is why we cheat. Like we
Yeah.
we actually just interview them, and we just like this. We stick them on a Zoom call and go, I got some questions for you. I want you to answer as if I'm a customer. Ready? And go. And then we just go, and then we do it, and then it extrapolates it, and then poof, we have their voice. And then when we write an article and we run it through the same filter as their voice, they're like, "Oh my God, it sounds like me." Well, yeah, that's the point, right? So yeah, so they might write something, or they might use AI to write something, or whatever it is, and then we hurl it through the filter, and then the filter personifies it as them, and all
Yeah.
of a sudden they're amazed. I'm like, well, that's exactly how you're supposed to use AI, right? So it's supposed to
Nice.
magnify the you, right?
Mhm. Right. Magnify the you. Did you not run into a problem with this where you input so much of your content into AI that people are now asking AI to just answer me like Earl Formata and they know who you and AI knows who you are and
Yeah, yeah.
outputs
So,
your
so,
answer?
so some of my
Mm.
some of my people are doing this, and here's the thing: it's the people who can't afford me, right?
Mm.
So they can't afford my rate, and I'm like, well, just do this. And then as you get to harder and harder questions, and once you hit that $1 to $2 million range, you can afford me, come get real Earl, right? And I'll give you weird stuff that the AI doesn't point out, or I'll point and accentuate at the ones that the AI, because AI might give you three or five things, and I'm like,
Yeah.
well, maybe not those four. Let's just do this one, and then you'll watch that one take off, right? So once
Mhm.
once once you're ready enough, then yeah, then use real Earl. But for I tell people use fake Earl, right? So I can't remember if I talked about this on the show, but one person from India, right? They texted the group at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I only saw it because I woke up to go pee, right?
Mhm.
And I'm looking at this thing going, I don't want to answer this right now. And so I made it. I did the thing where I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's go pull out the round table, and I asked virtual Earl the question alongside a bunch of other just marketing legends,
Mhm.
and I pasted all of the answers from Virtual Earl to Tony Robbins to Frank Kern to everybody, like all the marketing legends, and I posted it in the chat. And then, because I'm half asleep, stumbling my way to the bathroom, right,
Yeah.
whilst doing this, and then in the morning I wake up and everyone's like, "Wow, these are great answers," and I'm like, "Hey, you want to know a secret?"
Mhm.
That wasn't me. Look at the timestamp. You think I'm going to answer your ass at 3 o'clock? And I just woke up to pee. Leave me alone. And so
Mhm.
I use virtual Earl, and they're like, oh.
Mhm. All right, but you're not losing consulting gigs from to your virtual counterpart now.
If I am, then I don't deserve them in the first place. So yeah, like
Fair enough.
real Earl should be able to beat
Uh,
virtual Earl for now,
mhm.
anyways, until they make a
Right.
robo version, then they have to arm wrestle the bastard.
Yeah.
No.
There you go. Is there a way to keep AI from doing that, or is it inevitable if you feed AI your stuff, it's gonna know?
If you feed an AI stuff, it's gonna know. But I did it on purpose, right?
Hmm.
So, um,
But is there
but
a way to firewall it somehow so that like
yeah,
if you
so
make a
so you
custom
install a version of AI that just lives on your desktop
ah
and doesn't go anywhere and doesn't feed back to the internet and doesn't report back to its master or any of that
mhm,
kind of stuff. So, once upon a time, Claude screwed the pooch, and they actually accidentally put their entire source code on the internet, and then people copied it and made their own version of it. And now
mhm,
there's OpenClaw that's kicking around the internet that is like full production version Claude as of that date. And
mhm.
so yeah, so people can run these things on their machine. That's why freaking Mac Minis cost so much now. I was gonna buy a Mac Mini, and then they were like $500, and now I think the minimum one you can get is $1,000. And I'm like, oh, well, that's a shame. But yeah, everybody started buying like Mac Minis went on like shortage for a while, and then people are using these things to run stuff at home, right? So
Because so what they're installing just an AI onto the Mac Mini and it becomes their little
yep,
AI assistant on a little pad.
yep.
Is the Mac Mini is that an iPad? I don't know what a
No,
Mac
no,
Mini is.
it's a Mac desktop, but it's only about yay big.
Oh,
So it's got a very small physical footprint, right?
hmm,
And they just hook it up their crap and run it and go, yeah, now it works at home, right? So,
cool. All right, I'm looking ahead to the two things to avoid, and I'm not actually seeing the question I was seeking to answer
hmm.
in this. And so it's kind of gone wide of what my thought process was. My question is, when does it hurt? Like if someone sees an AI ad or an AI, say, avatar giving you acting tips, what's your feel on the public backlash to this? Because I told the guys like you could get a backlash to this. This could negatively affect your reputation when
So
people
it
see that you're clearly using AI.
it depends on how you
What are you
use
seeing
it.
on the ground out there?
So people are pissed off about AI leaving comments. Like really, really pissed off about AI
Hmm.
leaving comments. And so now a bunch of the bigger players out there are saying like if I see you put an AI comment on my shit, I'm gonna out you, right?
Hmm.
And make fun of you. And when it's clearly AI. And because engagement, from an AI doesn't really help you, right?
Yeah.
Because you the the KPIs based on engagement are people who like your stuff or people who comment on your stuff, right?
Yeah.
And AI is doing that and augmenting that, then you're not really getting the benefit of it from real human beings. So because of that, that actually hurts them, because if a bunch of AIs jump on the bandwagon, then yeah, that's what people are doing. And you shouldn't be using AI necessarily to full out comment. This is one of those things where AI can suggest a comment, but you
Hmm.
still have to personify it so it sounds like you, right? So if you're using AI to do that, you're pissing off people because you're screwing their engagement, you're screwing all their numbers, right?
Hmm.
And it doesn't help them at all, right? So
This is people like having their brand page or something comment
yeah,
because they're trying to get the brand name out there in the
that's
comments.
right. And people are commenting using their brand, using the AI engine without personifying it and without checking the damn thing. And it's clearly AI, right?
Yeah.
Rubbish, right? Like and it's not even good, right? Like look, AI can be good, but if you just gave it like our last step was, hey, teach AI to be like you. They didn't do any of that, and it's just AI slop, right?
Hmm.
So that hurts you. That hurts your brand. That hurts you, right? Like, so definitely don't use AI for that. Another buddy of mine was trying to use AI for his videos because he turns into a deer in the headlights in front of a camera. And he's like, if I use AI to do this, I can deliver the message better. And then he showed us the video, and it doesn't look good, right? I'm like, that that doesn't look like you. It doesn't feel like you. It just feels wrong, right? And even our shared buddy Shane, right? So
Hmm.
so Shane, who we trained with martial arts, he was trying to make an AI avatar once, just to test it out because he's very on the bleeding edge all the time. And I think while he was explaining something, he did this once, right? And the AI took it to, well, that's Shane. So
Yeah, that's
every
Shane.
once in a while, the AI avatar would just randomly do that for no reason.
Yeah.
And it was kind of hilarious. And I'm like, oh God, that looks terrible.
Right.
And
So I
so,
went down the street and I ate a sandwich,
yeah,
and then I blah 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 blah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it just didn't work out, right? Like in the example that he did it, it made sense. But every time I tried to insert it, it was hilariously bad, right? So, um, so yeah, there's a lot of reasons and a lot of timings where you don't use AI to do that thing, right? So, and it hurts your brand. Like if
Yeah.
he released that, it would be hilariously bad, right? There's people pissed off in the comments, right? Like right now, I was just on Facebook. I can't remember which guru it was, but one of the gurus was like, "Yo, man, if you leave this AI slop comment bullshit on my profile, I'm going to out you and make fun of you," right?
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah. I personally, if I'm scrolling, I don't mind seeing ads necessarily. Like, they're targeted to me, so they're usually stuff I want. But as soon as I see an ad that's an AI, it's like just, clearly an AI avatar going, wow. And it does that weird zoom in thing. This is a
yeah,
great product, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I can't believe I always used to do this and now I'm doing this and it's so much better. It's like, as soon as I see that, I'm just straight scrolling away. I never hear the message.
nope,
I don't even look what the brand is. I'm like, I'm not engaging with this at all. I just reject it totally and
yeah,
immediately.
100%. But here's the thing, like it is inauthentic, right? There's this one that does Tai Chi for old men to work out, right?
Mm.
Anybody over the age of 40 should be using Tai Chi, da 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 da. And there's this clearly AI jacked old Asian guy, right?
Yeah.
And it just looks wrong, right? Because there really are old Asian guys who are absolutely jacked, but they look different, right? There's a different look and feel to the tonality of their body, and I'm like, you know, that looks like someone pasted some Asian guy's head on Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? And it's just like that doesn't feel right, right?
Yeah.
That's the
But
thing though. If they just use themselves, who they are exactly, who the older guys want to look like, and I'm like, I want to look like that, right? And yeah, that's kind of magic. If they just were authentic with it, it would be so much better, right? Like stuff where there's physicality involved, stuff where there's authenticity involved, stuff where if you just want to, fix my toilet, I don't care, right? That's fine. But if I want to look like you, it should be a real you, not an AI you, right?
Mhm. Is there a level where it works where, there's that thing when they send out the Nigerian prince scam emails
Yes.
where they intentionally leave in spelling and grammatical errors and stuff so that it weeds out the smarter people so
Hmm.
that only the dumber people respond to it, and it was actually a successful thing to make the email worse.
You can do it, but you still have to be cognizant of that fact,
Hmm.
right? You have to tell it to make mistakes because AI won't make spelling mistakes per
No,
se.
no, but I was just using that as an example. I'm saying, does it work? Like, you would, if you're a self-respecting business person who wants to have a real business, you would never do this.
Hmm.
But if you're selling some garbage product, some supplement that doesn't do anything and isn't approved by the FDA and contains arsenic and lead in it,
Right.
if you use a crappy AI avatar to sell this, and because you can, use AI to multiply your efforts, a million times at once, does the crappier AI sell better to the target demographic of dumb customers that you're trying to
Yes.
reach?
So that's already been proven. There was
Oh,
a
God.
there was a there was a billion-dollar company valuation.
Hmm.
Um, it was effectively the first AI unicorn company, single person unicorn. And they did this, exactly
Hmm.
this, with stuff that's non-FDI approved and da da
Hmm.
da.
Yeah.
And it multiplied their factors because what they did was they made fake AI doctor accounts.
Oh, God.
And the fake AI doctor accounts promoted the thing. It worked.
You know, I keep saying this. I keep saying the world is lucky that I've got scruples.
Yeah,
You know
absolutely.
what I mean? Because
Right.
there's
So,
so many scams out there I could be running if I didn't actually not want to run scams. So anyway, the moral of that story is, if you are scamming people, use AI. If you want a legitimate business, dial it back a bit. So let's just finish off here. What are the two things to avoid? Don't let AI invent your brand. If you ask AI, what's my brand, before you've done the work yourself, you're outsourcing your identity. Your values, personality, stories, and unique perspective have to come from you. AI should communicate your brand, not decide what it is.
Yeah, 100%. If you ask
Yeah.
AI to give you a brand, it'll just copy someone else's brand, right?
Hmm.
Because it's not there to create, it's there to either multiply or show you a different angle or, iterate on something. But it's got to iterate on something, and that something has to be you, right?
Right.
So very, very important. Again, that's that human seed of
Mm.
idea. So,
I I keep saying that like that the AI has brought everyone up to this level of mediocre creation.
mhm.
Anyone can create something bland. So it's like there's actually an opportunity there for you to be creative, to stand out if you actually have a point of view and an idea and something to say.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like
So
that band. Are you
don't let it
familiar with?
invent your stuff from scratch. Like you pick, you know, are you a rounded edge feel? Are you a square shape feel? Are you more triangular feel? Like what does your brand feel like? What are your colors? Right? Like I use AI for stuff now. Like you can see my logo for Mind of a Marketer here. We use AI a lot for those things. But the initial, choosing of the color, choosing of the shape, choosing of the feel was
Mhm.
human, right? So it multiplies the human starting point.
Yeah. Have you seen that band Engine de Poitrine?
No.
You tracking those guys? They wear polka dot alien costumes. They're a band. They're two-man band. They hide their identities with these alien masks, and everything's polka dots.
No.
And the music is totally unique. Like they break the rules of music, but somehow
Hmm.
still make it catchy and fun.
Okay.
I'm surprised you haven't heard of them. They're all over the internet. But that's a perfect example. It's like no one could, the AI could not have done that because it breaks
Right.
all the rules. AI can only recombine what's already been done. These guys just started doing something new, and they're absolutely blowing up. The Montreal Jazz Festival had them, and it was their biggest attended. They're the closed down the streets for these guys.
Okay.
Crazy. Like, you got to check them out. They're awesome. Anyway, we're actually running out of time finally. Two, don't publish the first draft. I think we kind of went over that. Everyone can spot generic AI copy now. I just said this.
Yep.
I just a second ago said everyone can make boring content. Everyone can spot generic AI copy now. If it sounds polished but forgettable, it probably is. Add your stories, add your opinions, add your personality. The final 20% is what makes people remember you.
100%.
First
So
20% and the final 20%.
yeah. So I just did this. So I was telling you about the Fuck Up Nights talk, right? Our
Yeah.
our third speaker bailed. So I'm the third speaker now. And I started prepping a talk, and yeah, I went through three iterations before I have the one that I like now, right?
Mhm.
So the first iteration was a traditional, normal presentation style, and I'm like, no, no, this isn't it. It's not going to work. And then the next presentation, I'm like, dude, let's do this up. So 20 years ago, I watched the previous finance minister of Canada do a 100 slide presentation style. And I'm like, that was cool. And this guy was old school. He did it with an overhead projector. And he was flipping slides manually, telling the story. And I was just enthralled. I'm like, this is the coolest thing I have ever seen. And I've only seen like two people ever pull this off. And I don't remember the second guy, but this one sticks in my head. I'm like, I got to do this one day. The 100 slide presentation style. So the second iteration was about, okay, now we got to do the 100 slide presentation style. And I'm like, that's really cool. And then every slide was very cinematic. Every slide was just pow on screen. And I'm like, if every slide is cinematic, then no slides are cinematic because that's not the way that humans work, right? You have to have that, the way the story flows. It's got to go up and down. And so I made this presentation Bible of how presentations should be made, and I utilized AI to put this together, and then I gave it the Bible, and then it's like, hey, make it like this, and don't publish the first draft is what this thing says, and because I went through the iterations, I think it's probably one of the best presentations I've ever made, right? And so it's a 100 slide style presentation. It is a lot of fun, and it's actually difficult to present. So for the first time in like 20 years, I have to practice a presentation. And I'm like, oh my God, right? But to level up to this level, it is a whole whack ton of fun. So that's the presentation I offered to send you. I did a cold read on it this morning, the first draft of it, and I got it down because we're supposed to stay under 10 minutes, right? And the
You're gonna do
first time I
100
did it,
slides in 10 minutes.
oh, and it is spectacular. I love this thing. And I'm like, oh my God, this was so much fun. And so I literally can't wait to actually deliver this thing now. So, but I got to practice to make it good. And oh man, it's fun.
It sounds awesome. Love it. I forgot about the red hot tip. I was looking at the red hot tip. I thought it was the hack of the week, and I was like, oh, we're almost done. We better stretch this out a little bit. But no, we got to get through the red hot tip.
Yep.
Ready for the red hot tip? This is
That's
AI's
it.
red hot tip regarding when to and not to use AI for branding. Use AI as your sparring partner, not your ghostwriter. Instead of asking, write my about us page, ask, challenge my position. Tell me what's confusing. What objections would a customer have? Where am I sounding generic? What questions haven't I answered? Oh, these are good. Those are good questions.
Yeah.
The businesses winning with AI aren't the ones asking it to do the work, they're the ones using it to think better. Because at the end of the day, your competitive advantage isn't artificial intelligence, it's authentic intelligence. The
Ooh,
other
I
AI.
like that.
Oh,
AI.
that's the, yeah. AUI. Small
Authentic.
u, a capital A, small UI, authentic intelligence.
AU is gold too, right? So there you go.
Yeah,
So
exactly. There
yeah,
you go.
that's a fun thing. So yeah, use that as a sparring partner. That is absolutely the correct way to do it,
Right.
right? Um, the hack of the week is actually a kind of a play on that. So do you want me to play the hack and just I'll answer the hack and this at the same time?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Hack of the week.
So hack of the week. Stop asking AI to write. Start asking it to interview you. Okay, that's the biggest shift I made in the last year. So
Hmm.
I was just talking about this presentation DNA, like how to make a good presentation. And it interviewed me on how to make a good presentation. And then it made 40 slides on how to make a good presentation. And it had all the different aspects of the slides, how to use them, when to use the epic slide, when to use just plain text on the screen, et cetera, et cetera. Especially for this 100 slide technique, it was really actually hard to do. And
Hmm.
so, um, I had it interview me and it interviewed me about the story. And here's the funny parts. Here's all the jokes, da 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 da. And then it made this beautiful thing that I think is gonna give me my best presentation ever, right? So, most people open ChatGPT and they'll write me a LinkedIn post, and it's terrible, right? It sounds like everyone
Hmm.
else's LinkedIn post, and it's not great. Instead, you ask it to interview and you ask it to ask questions. So don't write anything yet. Ask me 20 questions until you understand my business, my customer, and what I actually want to say. So challenge my assumptions, keep digging until you think you understand my voice. And, once that's good to go, now I'll say, okay, now write what you think I should do. And then I take that and I augment it more, right? But because it knows me so well, it's getting closer and closer and closer. Like every single time I do it now, it's like 95% of the way there. But when you start doing this process, it's only going to be like 50, 60%. So you have to teach it. And over time, hundreds of conversations later, it starts to get you, right? So, but we've been doing this for a while, right? Like I feed it our shows, I feed it the BEO show, I feed it questions, I feed it customer stuff, I feed it like I give it everything, right? And it starts to understand these bits and bobs. So yeah, I said it once on a presentation about a year ago, I think, right? So
Hmm.
don't even write the prompt yourself. Ask it questions and have it write its own prompt and then prompt it with the prompt that it wrote. But the prompt that it wrote came from, your questions. So, and once you do that, you get so much more richer content out of the AI. So that's it.
That's it.
That's the hack. Just have AI interview you and take the interview bits and then have it write the prompt for you and then prompt it with the prompt that it wrote.
Mhm.
But instead of just write straight the prompt, like, hey, write me a LinkedIn post. Again, you ask it generic stuff, you get generic answers. The quality of your life depends on the quality of your questions. And that's always been the case. Whether
Yeah.
whether you're interviewing a person, you're asking somebody out, you're getting to know them on a date, everything is based on the quality of the questions, right? The better the questions, the more interesting, interaction you're going to have.
Hmm. I think there's a saying in engineering where if you can figure out the right question to ask, you're 90% of the way to the solution.
Well, isn't that joke with the old guy with the chalk, right? So,
Yeah.
some guys said, well, you guys all know the joke because it's an old joke, but
Uh,
well, yeah. And then they ask him to itemize the work that he did. He's like, chalk
Writing it.
$1.
Yeah. Yeah. Chalk mark $1. knowing where to put the chalk mark. $9,999.
Exactly. That's the joke, right? So knowing where to put it. So and that's really it. So anyway, that's my take on that. That's the hack of the week.
There we go. That's a show in the bag.
You bet.
Timed it out well. All my digressions and silly stories padded us out just exactly the right amount.
There you go. So
Well, all right.
that's a wrap. So
So
I'll play us out.
well, so thank you everyone for joining us. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Earl, for nuggets of wisdom, and thank you, AI, for making the work so much easier.
Absolutely. And thank you, Dan, for being an excellent co-host and being the picker of the topic. So
Yes. AI can't do that.
nope. So all right.
All right. Bye,
Playing us
everybody.
out.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, everyone. See you next week.
Thanks for listening to Earl and the Idiot. We hope you learned something you can take action on this week. For more information or to contact the show, visit earlandtheidiot.com. And until next time, remember what Shakespeare said. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool.
I always forget to point at the camera.